Good day, everyone. Today, we're going to present our study entitled Improving Grade 7 Students' Academic Performance in Science Under the New Normal through the 5E Inquiry-Based Supplementary Video Materials. This is Dr. Michael Leonard D. Lubiano, Master Teacher 1 of Buenaventura Landi National High School, City Schools Division of the City of Tayabas.
And I'm Leia P. San Diego, Teacher 2 from Dapdap Integrated School, City Schools Division of the City of Tayabas.
The COVID-19 pandemic posed great challenges in various sectors. Its negative effect led schools to forcefully close its operation on March 2020 to contain its spread, which may affect the welfare of learners, teachers, and educational stakeholders inadvertently. This compromised DepEd's plan of opening the classes every June of the year. Thus, DepEd Order No. 12 Series of 2020, or the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, was created to address the following problems: the K-12 curriculum adjustments, the alignment of learning materials, deployment of multiple learning delivery modalities, provision of trainings for teachers and school leaders, and the proper orientation of parents and guardians. Locally, in Quarter 1 school year 2020 to 2021, 140 out of 161 grade 7 learners and their parents agreed that mathematics and science were the most challenging of all the subjects when it comes to remote learning. This is attributed to the vague inapplicability of concepts to real-life situations, which makes the subject more difficult to understand. This was supported by the studies of Captain and Timmerleng in 2012 and Mulwa 2015.
This study determined how the academic performance of grade 7 learners can be improved in Science 7 through 5E Inquiry-Based Supplementary Video Materials under the Project Mathematics and Science Kit for E-Learning or Math Cycle. Specifically, this study sought answers to the following questions. First, what is the academic performance of grade 7 learners in science before the implementation of the 5E Inquiry-Based Supplementary Video Materials in Quarter 2? Second, what is the academic performance of grade 7 learners in science after the implementation of the 5E Inquiry-Based Supplementary Video Materials in Quarter 2? Third, is there a significant difference in the academic performance in Science 7 among the learners before and after the implementation of the 5E Inquiry-Based Supplementary Video Materials in Quarter 2? And lastly, what are the implications of the findings of this action research for sustainability and future plans of action? There is no significant difference in the academic performance in Science 7 among the learners before and after the implementation of the 5E Inquiry-Based Supplementary Video Materials in Quarter 2.
Theoretically, the math cycle follows BIB's 5E instructional model, which are as follows: engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. Using this idea, we are hoping that the learner's inquiry as well as the problem-solving skills will be developed. This was supported by a lot of studies telling us that the use of 5E instructional model is effective in improving the academic performance of the learners.
For the research design, we used descriptive comparative. For our research participants, the 161 grade 7 students of Buenaventura Alandi National High School. For our research instruments, we used 20-item pre- and post-level test questionnaires, the 5E Inquiry-Based Supplementary Video Materials in Science 7, and semi-structured interview questions. For our data gathering method, we facilitate the pre-test, interview select participants, then followed by crafting of 5E Inquiry-Based video script, video recording, video editing, uploading in YouTube channel, and barangay rollout for viewing. And lastly, we facilitate the post-test interview select participants. For our data analysis plan, we use paired t-test or t-test for dependent samples.
Based from the related readings and studies, we have come up with this program or project known as the Math Cycle or the Mathematics and Science Kit for E-Learning following BIB's 5E instructional model. For quarter 2, we have developed 5 videos to supplement the modules received by the learners. So this is a sample script following the 5E model of BIB. And for those learners who cannot view our videos in the YouTube channel, we go to the barangay to give them a free viewing of our videos every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Because in Math Cycle, we believe that walang batang may iwan ngayong pandemya. For our results and reflection, we can see here in the figure 1 that the pretest results of the grade 7 learners indicate that they lack knowledge in the most essential learning competencies to be developed in Science 7 quarter 2. We can see here out of 20 questions in pretest that the average of their mean score ranged from 5.8, 5.58, 5.73, and 5.18. And these are some of the responses we have gathered from the parents and the learners, which showed that most of them cannot fully adjust their learning delivery modality on the new setting. That's why we need to supplement them a material where they can see their teachers teaching the science concepts. In figure 2, we can see here the graph of the post-test scores, and we can see that out of the 20 questions, their mean scores increased from the pretest scores. This shows that our developed materials is effective in improving their academic performance as shown here in their reflection. And in table number 1, we reject the null hypothesis, meaning there is a significant difference between the pretest and post-test scores before and after the implementation of the video materials. And for our action plan to sustain our passion in developing the inquiry-based teaching and learning among our teachers and the learners, we developed this action plan as part of the policy of the schools amidst the new normal setting.
Based on the finding of this study, the researchers reached the following conclusions. The learners are not yet ready to answer the given modules in science as evident in the low pretest mean score. This could be attributed to factors such as lack of teacher guidance, supplemental materials, and concrete explanation and examples to science concepts. Second, the increase of mean scores in post-test after the quarter could be attributed to the supplemental material used in the teaching science. This addressed the met problems before such as lack of teacher guidance, supplemental materials, and imagination turned into reality examples of science concepts. Third, the use of a supplementary instructional material using the principle of 5B inquiry-based model had effectively improved the academic performance of grade 7 in science. Learners adapted to the new learning delivery modality of answering their modules using supplementary video materials. And lastly, continuous planning, monitoring, and assessing the academic performance of learners in science can be done through institutionalization of Project Mathematics and Science Kit for e-learning in the new normal. For continuity and sustainability, the researchers recommended the following. More supplementary video materials should be created for the next quarters in Science 7, using the principle of BIB's in 1997, the 5B inquiry-based model. Second, improvements in the video lessons should be done based on the suggestions of learning validators. Third, Project Mathematics and Science Kit for e-learning should be institutionalized in the school for possible inclusion in the School Improvement Plan or SIP. And lastly, continuous promotion of inquiry-based teaching and learning should be done in the school.
And these are our references following the APA 7th edition format. And we want to acknowledge the following people or group of people who in one way or another helped the researchers in accomplishing the study. And of course, we want to recognize University of the Philippines, the College of Teacher Education for conducting this international conference on the philosophy of education 2021, for giving us the opportunity to share our findings to the international participants and co-presenters. With this, thank you so much.
Thank you.